pledge allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, Norm, will you do the roll call, please?
Sure. Debbie?
Here.
Dave? Here. Carolyn?
Here.
Gary?
Here.
Joe?
Here.
All present.
Okay. Visitors. We have visitors that want to have anything to say? Never seen you so silent, Larry.
I'm not a visitor. I'm a resident.
Welcome.
Being resident.
Okay. Approval of minutes, town board meeting. May 11th. Do we have a motion?
I move that minutes as presented be approved.
I'll second.
Okay, the minutes of the town board meeting, May 11th, 2015. Motion has been made and seconded. Is there any discussion? Okay, we'll vote.
Yes, please. Debbie?
Aye.
Dave?
Aye.
Carolyn?
Aye.
Gary?
Aye.
Joe?
Aye.
All ayes.
All right, then we will move to Plan Commission. There, John isn't here. We do have, I'm going to take this off of the agenda, and if and when they ever come back, we'll put it back on for the Storyber Land Division. We do have an application for a sanitary permit here, a copy of that, so I guess maybe something is in the works. But anyway, we'll just take it off until we hear further from the Plan Commission. Okay, Fire Department, Rodney.
For the last month, we had 3 EMS calls. We had 1 commercial false alarm. Underneath new applicants, Blair Watt has joined the department back again. Due to the road construction on Highway E, we have contacted the city of Marshfield, and they will be doing the initial response for the Deer Run area in St. Joe's, in that area over there, because we'll have to go from basically down Galvin on McMillan Street and then back in on St. Joe's. So that's kind of a delayed response for us. I've been kind of keeping an eye on Highway E, and there's no guarantee that we're going to get through at any particular time, so that's the route that we picked, because it's guaranteed. If we know that we can get through, then we'll be using it, but right now there's no guarantees. And now after the rain, it's very soft. So we'd also like to thank Pat for temporarily putting back up the road names on the roads. The county said that they're going to take them down and that we'd get them back after the road construction. Well, with the road construction, a lot of points that people use for reference and stuff are gone. So we wanted those signs back up, and he put them back up for us. So Amy Seagull and Travis Patton have completed their classroom portion of Fire 1, and also this weekend they got their state certification. Their practical part completed. The department also participated in the Dairy Fest parade, and we tried to do the stop, drop, roll clinic on Friday, but it was rained out, so we'll try again next year. Underneath EMS, the first responders will work on the albuterol as a new skill, and the upcoming months, Lori will be looking at putting on a disaster drill together with Spencer EMS and McMillan Marsh. The project date will be sometime in August for the drill. Amy Seagull's mother donated $150 to the EMS crew for the purchase of fingertip pulse oximetry. We purchased 4 of these and have given them out to the personnel and put 1 on engine 10. There's one other thing that I just want the board kind of to be aware of, or that the intent of the fire department would like to do, is the program that we're using, ImageTrend, at the current time, is also a billing available for billing as far as in payroll. And what we want to do is we want to put the payroll portion onto the clerk's computer so that he has access to that. So when it comes time to pay out, he'll have access to all of the information, hours, everything will be there. At this time, we're going to be going and trying to give him just clearance to look at it and to make copies so that he can do what he needs to do for payroll. If that's all right with the board.
Sure. You'll still be doing the payroll on QuickBooks? Okay.
We're going to try to get it so that it rolls over into his QuickBooks, but I don't know if that'll
What's the name
happen.
of the program?
Image tracking.
It might transfer right over, or you can back it up on one and then open it up. Okay.
We're working with the people that wrote the program, so they just haven't quite got back to us yet, so.
We want it to flow in and then go into
Mhm.
QuickBooks.
Yep.
This report, you know, it's number of calls to date, that since last meeting?
Yes, not combined for the whole year, just since our last meeting.
Okay.
If you want to see for the whole year, I can also. put it
No,
on there,
no.
just-
I know you gave me one last.
Yep.
Okay, thank you. Library, Ruth?
Now that Lori's information isn't printed in the paper anymore, I have various things that I think, Norm, I'd like to put in your office tomorrow sometime.
Okay.
There are 17 programs at the library. These are one time only, but various, it's Tuesday night, it's Thursday night, it's Friday night, some of them are Saturday afternoon. And then on top of that is a whole series of story times for toddlers and stories for all ages. And those are Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and all the times in here. Open mic for the teens this coming Friday. And then there's a list of things that are just special, computer classes, individual nights at the library, Michael Perry coming. They have a session called Tail Wagging Tutors, where they bring dogs in and let the kids read to the dogs, and it's very popular. So it's just, there's a lot of information in here, and going to the website is the other option that people have.
Okay. Thank you. Supervisors. Okay, I'm first here. Norm and I did attend the quarterly recycling meeting. We do have the dates for the tire recycling for 2016. It'll be April 30th. Lincoln and Rock will be in charge of that. There were a couple of new people there, 2 or 3, including Norm, and they just kind of reviewed a little of the history. The commission was founded, that's all the 5 or 6 townships that belong to the commission in 1991. In 1992, they mandated, that was, voted on, the recycling, and then 2009 was the garbage. So that was just a little FYI. So that's it, all I have for that. So we'll move on to you, Dave, for highway.
With the construction of County Trunk E, we had a few problems. As many of you probably noticed, a lot more traffic on the stop on Galvin Avenues as we speak. There was a problem. Carolyn and I attended, it was on the 5/26, May 26th at 7 in the morning. We got together with Ron Hardy, who's the engineer that's overseeing the project over here on County Trunk E. We still had people heading down Zig Avenue, and said we needed some more signage there. Well, that didn't alleviate the problem because they were headed east on Zig and didn't turn around, didn't come back. They went across the, individual's lawn, either at George Asher's or Ziegler-Licky's, and we're right out across the curb onto Hummus Avenue, so I went and poured some stakes and some caution tape up. It was up there for about 3 days. I haven't heard anything. I haven't heard anything back from the individuals that live on Zig Avenue, but apparently that must have stopped them and put it long enough, so you almost had to drive through the flower beds to get to the road or go through the tape. And neither one has happened since that. One of the wives had called me personally and said, one guy wanted to ask her if it'd be okay if he drove across the lawn. She said, we can go across the lawn, but I can call them cops. And I said, that was good advice. So, put the caution tape up a little bit later in that day after I got the call. So that has eliminated that. Still don't have our road, Staub Road is supposed to have been shouldered. Callaway is supposed to have been shouldered, had a couple calls on that. Checked with the contractors, everybody's busy, everybody's hurrying up and trying to get things done yesterday, and so that isn't being accomplished. I think we may seek a different vendor for the shouldering on Stod here in order to get that done. So, other than that, I think that should about do it, huh?
There's just lots and lots of complaints. People
Yeah.
are very angry and upset and what have you with the county trunkie. Everybody knew it was coming, you know, but nobody has any patience. And it's bad. And you know, sometimes trying to maneuver to get around.
I even had a complaint about that they hadn't marked the equipment that's sitting out there. Well, in order to cover their tail, you know, it's a little closed. And we thought there should be, if it was foggy or something, then thought you should have cones. Well,
They don't have to if the road's closed.
that's correct. So, I think all the bases are covered there.
The good thing is that Mr. Hardy seems to be very obliging, and when I've called him on numerous occasions, he responds rapidly. And so, he said, we told him that we felt that the communication was very poor with the signage and the detour signs, and where, you know, everybody that was coming up on the outside coming in, you know, had the detour signs, but they didn't do anything for the residents, you know, to try and guide and direct. And he agreed that that was not done. But I'm not sure whose job it was to do that. We're finding out that things that, for instance, the fire lane numbers, that was our job to put them back up, but no one had ever told us that. They took them all down, threw them down, and walked away. So, and it's a real learning curve here at this point. So, but I think I haven't gotten as many calls today as usual, so maybe we'll be okay for a little while.
I got a question for you, Dave. What are we gonna do about the semis running? Yellow, loaded semis.
And we got them going down our road too.
Yeah, but they're not supposed to be.
I know, but how are you gonna stop it when they're, you know?
Well, the detours are around. The detour signs are up.
The detours are around. Actually, on the morning that we met with Hardy on the 26th, I came up here and was at the fire station, and I talked to Pat. He happened to stop by, and there was a car, a red Impala, came from the south, wide open. Didn't slow up a bit, headed north, you know. So I said, well, that sort of put a burn on my saddle. So I called Marathon County. They were out here within an hour. They sat there for a while on the south side of the fire station. I don't know if they made any arrests or stops or anything like that, but.
They have been out and about, because I've seen them go past my place quite a bit.
And I mentioned the overweight trucks
6:30 today.
Pardon me?
6:30 this evening, loaded semi came from the south and went north.
Yeah.
And they're going at 5 o'clock in the morning,
They're sneaking through at night.
and they're going through on Saturdays.
Yep.
Well,
You
The
know,
only
we
thing you
have-
can do about that is report it.
Yeah.
Right.
All you
Exactly.
do. But we can't do anything about it, but the individual that sees them has to report it.
Right,
And
but
hopefully get a license number if we can.
they don't belong on the roads, can't they read? And the problem is too that they're coming from the cheese factory, some of them, the loaded tankers. The other day, there was a,
Did you have that conversation with
Yes.
Collins?
Mhm.
the other day, Saturday morning at 5:30, there was a Shell tanker truck went through from north going south.
Yeah. Nobody pays attention to anything, any of the signs.
Whether it's weight limits or either.
Yeah, I
I
know.
mean, the 20-ton bridge over on Stott, there was a quad.
We could
accident.
probably call and complain all we want, but they're,
Yeah.
It's like the stop signs out here, they don't do any good either.
Well, the only thing that's gonna stop them from doing that is if somebody complains and the
Right.
police get the information, enough information that they can get the guy a citation.
wouldn't you think that the town chair, seeing she's got more authority and more verbal ability to complain to the sheriff's department than the resident?
Well, she'll do it if she sees it.
Or tell, that's what we've had calls and then we call.
Yeah.
We do call.
So you get a better response.
Well, I don't know that
I
there's
would
any
think the best
difference.
response would be from the person that saw it happen.
Because down here on Galvin and 97, there's got no right turn lanes, left turn lanes, and
Yeah,
they're not
yeah.
using that.
You know, one of the state patrols zoomed around.
County.
So who do you call on that?
I don't know. It's a problem. It
And
is a problem, and
yeah.
yet we keep complaining, and yet they don't.
Can't they,
I got
can't they,
I got an old red beacon I could give to the sheriff.
I don't care who you give it to. But I agree with Joel, you know, the resident or whoever sees it should call, but by the time you get through and you get everything taken care of, the problem's already down the road, you know?
Yeah.
So are they gonna come back and do it again?
On 97 in Galvin, can't we ask them to put up anything but a black and white sign? I mean, aside from the fact that most people appear not to be able to read, including the state patrol, there's nothing that points at those signs. It's black and white. It really doesn't have much power. A yellow and black, something like that.
We've tried. Bruce, I've made so many phone calls to the state guy.
Yeah.
He's the one that finally said, well, he'd have Jim put up the signs. And they were supposed to put arrows, paint those on that, in that also. They didn't do that. So I called Jim Griesbach and he said, the only thing I can figure out to do is get in touch with somebody that was in Wood County. And that's the last I've heard. I've not heard back from him because he's trying to figure out what to do. Because somebody's gonna get killed on that corner.
Well,
It is bad.
Marathon County could make some money on that corner if they just
big
set a
Well, that was
patrol
the
car
other,
out
that
there.
was the other place we asked him to sit.
Right.
We've asked him several times, just please come down and sit here. And they don't do it, so I don't know what more we can do. Just
I guess
keep
keep
calling.
I wonder
261-1200 is the non-emergency number.
if you could put orange sign, or orange flags on them signs like they have on County E and C. You know, they got them on the stop sign to
Yeah.
sort of,
Yeah, but or they can't.
That's a state highway, they have to do that.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Well, Jim is being guided by the state guy
Yeah.
that I have had numerous conversations with. And, I mean, I don't know what more we can do. Somebody's gonna really get hurt bad, and then when we get to the county.
Don't you wonder how some of these people got their license?
It is
really-
by reading.
Anyway, okay.
I did have a suggestion made by someone, instead of posting these roads, why not just post no through trucks? So they gotta come in partway on a road. They can come in partway, but, you know, no driving straight through, which probably isn't gonna make any difference anyway.
We do have some roads that have no trucks.
Yeah, but actually, I don't think there's no truck signs are legal.
Well, I don't know about that, but they don't.
Because why do you clarify a truck, pickup truck, delivery truck, septic truck, garbage truck?
Right.
You know,
Okay,
You pretty much have to post each road for such a small amount and then have police sitting there to enforce it. And then with E being messed up, we're just gonna have a mess for a while. That's pretty much what it amounts
and we're
to.
the ones who are gonna suffer our roads, Stott and Galvin.
Oh, my
Big
God.
time.
Did they put a culvert in over in C by you, Greenberg's?
Yeah,
Was that today?
no, about 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, right in the corner, but
Yeah, but now today they had the road closed over by, like a quarter mile from E.
right.
I don't know
Because
what
I
they were
came
doing.
down
I don't know what
and-
they were doing there. I was gonna go that way, I turned around and went back, cause it said it was closed.
you put a big culvert in
There's a
there.
big culvert sitting beside the road, so I assume they're.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I asked the guy, Mr. Hardy, I said, why don't you have a plan to move through these? And he said, we did until it rained, and so there's some areas we can't get into, so they're just willy-nilly. Wherever they can get something in, they do it, which is causing chaos, so. Well, hopefully they'll get those all in soon and we'll be on our way. Okay, Deb.
Okay, buildings and grounds. I had Joe take a look at the bridge, and I did find out that bridge was built in 2003 and there are no footings under there. And they said for whatever reason at the time, when they went to put that in, they couldn't get the footings in. So there's nothing underneath there, and he suggested we just dig it out and put it back down.
Hmm.
So,
Dig along with the postal
Yeah,
digger.
we should dig it out and find out how deep they are.
4
That'd be
feet.
an issue. They are 4 feet?
mhm.
And then there's some things that you can do with that where we can put something under it and we can create something that's gonna let that thing come up if it wants, but it'll go back down again.
Mhm.
Maybe by hammering it down or whatever. We can do something with that.
Okay.
Is this a problem with those footings, with it lifting up? With frost even it?
The front, yeah,
There's no footings
it's up a
under there.
foot.
Yep,
It's
but
up a
put,
foot.
if you go a foot below the surface and put out like pink or blue foam, a 2-inch foam for about 2 feet, it'll keep the frost from penetrating that, you won't get it to lift. I know that because I have bases for some carriers that I have. I dug them all up and did exactly that because of that exact
Yeah,
problem.
we can do something like that to keep that down.
Mhm. Okay.
We'll try that, see what happens. But first we gotta dig it down, get it back in place and then attack it that way.
Okay.
And then I also got the contract signed for lawn mowing, and the mowing is the same price as what it was last year. And Ronnie will be mailing you a certificate of insurance.
Okay.
So here's your copy
Thank you.
for that. And the website, you're working on fire department stuff yet? And I think that's all I have
Okay.
for today.
Okay, Joe.
Okay, on the IOH permits, there's really nothing new happened there. But that's part of all this stuff with the roads and we're working on that. And town hall maintenance, I've talked to Norm, Gary and I've talked about it a little bit, but we're trying to find out if there's any records of anything that somebody has done that we've got. And he's gonna, when he finds time, he's gonna get that for us, and then we're gonna do some analyzing once we got.
When was it that they went and redid the drywall? Was that back in? I know you told me.
When
That's
they
what,
put this counter in and redid that wall over there, you're talking about?
Yeah, when was that?
That date back to when Donna started, wasn't it? Because you gave her the office then.
Right.
I don't know if she was a year before that or something, but
97, 98,
Is that what it was?
Probably very close, yeah.
same time they did my road. See it? Is coordinating the times.
Well, that'd be about when you could have to look then if there's any records back in that area.
okay,
Okay.
that's it.
Okay. And Gary, I think you were messing around in here today, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You wanna fix that clock?
I sort of, it was working today.
Earlier.
I sort of walked around here too and
Mhm.
pinched the eave troughs open so the stuff drains out of them. They were all flattened down. I don't know if they got run over with the mower or what. But yeah, we have 4 lights that don't work at all and one up here that works sometimes. And it's not the bulbs on any of them, so it must be the ballast. So we're probably gonna have to decide, are you gonna replace all the ballast or change all the lights out to more energy efficient or what they wanna do? I assume that none of them been replaced because I looked at the ballast and there were no wire nuts on any of them. So however long they've been up there is when they were put in, how many years ago?
We should be able to get what you mentioned on energy efficient, we should be able to get some kind of
Kickback?
Grant or,
well, we had somebody come through our business and basically changed all the lights in our business. It just made us, some fabulously efficient lighting. I would think this stuff here would be the time for that to happen. Rather than go through and change all the ballasts, you may as well do something
More energy
that's
efficient.
gonna be more energy efficient, you'd probably pay for that.
we had
And
the
there
same,
shouldn't be much cost with that, really, if it's done right.
we had the same thing done at church. And he's a local guy.
Yeah, the guy that I did ours is a guy I bowl with, is John,
Yeah.
can't think of his last name.
Yeah.
But, I can get a hold of him and get some,
Get some numbers, huh?
give him some numbers, I had him come in here and check it out.
Who
Would
did it
the
over
power
at the
company give
department?
you
I don't know.
The same guy that did.
rebate things on putting
That-
that efficient lights?
This guy here would know what you gotta do to get that stuff, cause he does that, he goes.
Is that John Yetter?
Yeah,
He lives over here on E.
John Yetter, yeah.
We did it in the fire station
Mhm.
last year, right?
Yeah.
Did he do that?
So
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was the guy.
yeah.
and there was a kickback on that too, wasn't there?
Yeah, at the time there was a,
Yeah. You might be able to check into that too.
Do you have his info?
I
I
don't.
can get that.
Okay, Joe, okay.
Okay, good.
Nothing on that letter.
Yeah. We'll wait till a while on that one. Okay, clerk, approval of checks and financial report.
Okay. On the bottom of the page, financial report dated May 31, 2015. May 2015 reconciliation, the beginning balance, May 1st of 2015, $705,178.39. May receipts of $1,915.31. Then we have May disbursements, our payroll liabilities from April to be paid in May, $38,1748. Unpaid payroll liabilities for May, $1,834.56. And our other disbursements in May, $38,953.75. Total disbursements then of $40,936.67, leaving us an ending balance as of May 31st, 2015, $666,157.03. Then you should have a 2-page listing of the checks. And is this the time to give you a couple minutes to review those, or how do you want to proceed with the listing of the checks? As you're reviewing, I'll turn to page 2, halfway down, I have a total of checks written, $60,462.01. This includes check numbers 13458 through check number 13506, excluding the voided checks of numbers 13454, 13460 and 13468. And then basically the unnumbered checks, but we do by hand number them. Check numbers 48, 49, 53, and 54. And then excluding the voided checks of numbers 51 and 52. Any questions on any of the checks printed there?
I move that we approve these.
I did have a question, because I'm new, and I did see a Wood County Highway check to them.
That probably was salt.
So, and the Alliant Energy, I thought we had Marshfield out here.
No, we have some streetlights,
Streetlights, couple of streetlights.
and I'm on a line. That is split.
Lion catches the,
So you,
was it the South
Yes, I
Carolina?
have Lion.
Yeah, I have a Alliant,
Right.
but I thought that,
Street.
you know,
yeah.
everything here was Marshfield.
it is for the complex here.
Right here, but down to
But
the
we
east.
pay for some of the electricity down on streetlights and stuff in that, in the Alliant area.
Two streetlights.
Okay. And the one for Ron, is that for mowing the lawn?
Yes,
Is that for a month, or?
correct. From the beginning of May through June 5th.
That would be trimming of bushes, that would be extra. I think he did some extra work over by the pond, because that dike
Trees and rock
was,
and-
yeah, putting
Yes.
rock and stuff in there. There was a lot of extra work that was done, because otherwise that, breaker rod that was in there, it was going out. So when he had brought his tractor in, you guys got some rock from Leroy Craning, and, which didn't cost anything for the rock, but they did put it all in to get that all arranged.
Oh, so that total is not all on.
One,
No,
no.
no.
How many mowings is that?
6.
6 mowings.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, I'll continue on. I'll move that we approve checks numbered 13458 through 13506, excluding voided checks 13454, 13460, and 13468. And the checks numbered 48, 49, 53, and 54, excluding voided checks 51 and 52.
I'll second that.
Okay, the motion has been made and seconded to approve the checks 13458 through 13506, excluding voided checks 13454, 13460, and check 13468. And checks 48, 49, 53, and 54, excluding the voided check 51 and 52. Is there any further discussion?
Was that including the financial statement?
Oh, he didn't say that, so,
I think we did to start with. but
oh,
then-
did he the first time? Okay, so we'll include that. To approve the financial statement by the clerk also, and the checks. Okay, Norm?
Yes, Joe,
Aye.
Gary,
Aye.
Carolyn,
Aye.
Dave,
Aye.
Debbie,
Aye.
all ayes.
Okay, I see on here O'Donnell Locksmith. I was trying to remember his name earlier, that's the one that, because apparently, I think there's supposed to be a number that we can get into that if, you know, if we're beyond the hours, if we would need to get there into the pavilion
Mhm.
with the keypad,
Mhm.
but it doesn't work, the numbers we're supposed to use, so we maybe need to check with him.
Why don't we just use the key on the other side of the door? On the other door?
Right, but, well, if you don't have it, I'm
Yeah.
just saying, you know, that there is supposed to be a way to get in there.
Call Ronnie, because I think he was one that,
Yeah, no, Ronnie and Pat I've already checked with, and they don't know, they couldn't figure it out. so they said call
Because I thought they
back.
had set it up this year, didn't they put the battery pack and stuff
Well,
back in
maybe
there?
they didn't do it right.
Ronnie did.
Yeah,
Yeah, so, anyway, we need to,
If the battery packs and some of those are out too long, it loses its memory, so it may have gone back to the original setting, so
yeah.
you may have to reset it. Because I know that happened once, where I was over at fire department, the battery went dead and you get exchanged right within the. So,
Then you gotta reset them.
mhm.
so do we need to call the locksmith for that, or
If
can
you
we
have
do
the
it?
directions and stuff, you should
If
be
the
able to read
directions
through
are
it.
They
there,
maybe can do it, okay.
yeah.
All right, we'll check. Okay, then, Ann,
Okay, the checking account balance, from the bank statement was $176,241.39. Outstanding checks was $1,633.98. The checking account balance on May 31st, 2015 was $174,607.41. The tax savings account has $365,976.36. Fire department equipment CD is $10,102.03. Public works replacement apparatus CD is $60,137.51. Park fund savings account is $15,005.36. Volunteer firefighters fund savings account is $40,328.36. Total cash on hand, May 31st, 2015, is $666,157.03. And the balance on the loan for the fire truck is $140,000. We do have a payment that's going out this month, and I will be taking $15,000 out of the volunteer firefighters savings account to cover part of that cost, so. So, that number will be changing.
Is that listed in with our checks?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, there it is.
yeah, I looked too. Okay,
And we're pretty well caught up on our outstanding checks, that there aren't too many old outstanding checks, so. Just hope it continues that way.
Ann Yancer has one.
It's
Oh,
right
Ann.
now.
All taken care of, right?
That's right.
Okay,
We're on vacation and spend it.
okay, okay. All right, do we have a motion to accept the treasurer's financial report?
I'll make the motion to accept the financial report dated May 31st, 2015.
I'll second it.
Motion has been made and seconded to approve the treasurer's financial report of May 31st, 2015. Is there any discussion?
At the workshop we went to on Thursday, they said you don't have to approve the treasurer's report.
Oh, we don't?
And in fact, Norm kept the approval aspect of that off of the agenda. It says treasurer's financial report.
I still think it's a good idea to do it though.
Why would we not have to approve it?
I guess because it's just a report and.
It's a report, and that's it.
Yeah.
Long as-
Okay, it's the same thing, they lumped it into the same category as the fire department report.
Okay,
That does not have to be approved either.
okay, well, or
Because it's-
plus your plan commission, fire department, library,
Yeah.
so, okay.
Yeah, the only thing that we need to approve is what the clerk gave us because of with the checks.
Checks.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
And
long as
there
the
is
total. long
It
as-
is a check, just looking at it, it's real obvious that the
Mhm.
bottom number here is the same as the clerk's.
Pretty
bottom
much the
number.
same, aren't they?
They come out the
It
same.
better be the same.
That's the whole point.
Okay, all right. Okay. Well, we've already made the motion, we'll take a roll call vote.
Sure. Joe,
Aye.
Gary, Carolyn,
Aye.
Dave,
Aye.
Debbie,
Aye.
all ayes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Okay, we'll move on to our unfinished business. We've already discussed the fact that we don't have any paperwork to to move on the land division for Jacob and Jolie Stever, so we'll skip that. The other thing we have is to approve, disapprove asphalt maintenance contract bid. We had already voted on our other granite and all that kind of stuff, and also the work on Drake, but we felt there was we needed to study this a little bit. There were two bids from Lakes and Farner. And Dave, do you want to?
On the Lakes bid, when we actually figured it out, when you compared apples to apples, it was 1.5 more miles on what we had spec'd for Lakes. And the total number that they gave us as we broke them out individually, one was 26,000, for Lakes was 26,343 versus Farner at 27,019. So I'll move that we accept the bid of Lakes Asphalt Maintenance for 26,342.
I'll second that.
Okay, the motion has been made to accept Lakes Asphalt Maintenance contract bid in the amount of $26,342. Is there any discussion about this?
We got, proposal's good for 90 days, so as soon as we pass the motion, we can call them.
Yeah. Okay, well,
Okay. Debbie?
Aye.
Dave?
Aye.
Carolyn?
aye.
Gary?
Aye.
Joe?
Aye.
All ayes.
Okay, we'll move to new business. Approved, disapproved liquor licenses. We have only 2 that have applied.
Yes, we have the 1231 Belvedere. That's now the Timothy and Karen Raymond family that are in the process of purchasing the Belvedere. And then, of course, Resource Recovery. The agent has changed from Bernard, and he's got his wife now as agent. Jennifer Bushman / Wenzel is the new agent.
Okay. Do we have a motion to approve these liquor licenses?
These all been, I'll make a motion to approve the 1231 Belvedere and the Resource Recovery Team LLC.
I'll second it.
Motion has been made and seconded to approve the liquor licenses for 1231 Belvedere and Resource Recovery Team LLC. Is there any discussion?
Yes, have these been checked to make sure everything's clear so we can approve them?
Yes.
Anybody here representing them? No? Okay.
Okay, I'll take a vote.
Sure. Voting, Debbie?
Aye.
Dave?
Aye.
Carolyn?
Aye.
Gary?
Aye.
Joe?
Aye.
All ayes.
Okay, then we have approved ordinance number 1-2015, signatures on checks and withdrawals. Okay, I just didn't see, I couldn't see the name here initially. This ordinance number 01-2015, signatures on checks and withdrawals. Whereas 3 signatures, chairperson, town clerk, and treasurer, are required on all town checks or withdrawals on accounts. Whereas town bills need to be paid in a timely manner, and if one of the 3 authorized signers are not available, town supervisor Dave Swenson will be allowed to be the 3rd signer. One authorized signer is allowed to transfer funds from one town of McMillan account to another town of McMillan account at Pioneer Bank. Adopted by the town board of the town of McMillan this 8th day of June 2015. This is a new ordinance which the Pioneer Bank is requiring. We've never had one for them before like this, so. Do I have a motion to approve the ordinance?
I'll make a motion to approve the ordinance.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
The motion has been made and seconded to approve the ordinance number 01-2015.
I got a question. I guess
Yeah.
I should ask
Me
before.
too.
No,
Me too, now's the time.
Yeah, this is it.
On the one that can transfer accounts, is that strictly like taking from checking, or savings into checking?
When I transfer the money from the fire department savings account to the checking account, I can just do that myself and just sign the
She's
sign
it.
the slips myself rather than all three people. So it's not going.
Technically, according to this, any one of the three could do it.
Right, so it's only money that's being transferred
Yeah.
in the town accounts. So.
So it's not changing anything in how much.
Take it money out,
Yes.
you know,
Just where it is.
just with one signature, it's just transferring money within accounts in the town.
And Ann is the one, being the treasurer, is the one that usually handles all of that. Does handle it, not usually.
Well, most of the time
Specifically,
I do.
Ann.
Most of the time I do it, but.
Yeah, but it's only after it's been approved by the board.
Yeah, that was the next question. That's
Yeah,
gotta be
yeah,
approved
yes,
by the
yes,
board
yeah.
to
Yeah,
In order to transfer.
between.
To transfer.
between accounts.
yes. Mhm.
See, that's the part that's missing in here. And where it says, whereas town bills need to be paid in a timely manner, it should be, I think, whereas town bills need to be paid as approved by the board. Because right now you're just saying, well, if it's due on the 30th and you missed it from the month before,
No.
No, no, no,
No, you're not saying that, because this has nothing to do with when
that,
you're paying them, it just has to do with the signatures.
okay,
yeah.
So you're just saying that we've got a fourth person that can sign. They
okay,
still have to be approved because that's our policy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that should be in our ordinances already, or that's law,
Yes.
what that is, so,
That's-
okay.
That's not.
This is just, like I said, something that the bank is just now.
This is an attachment to their signature card.
The
Yeah.
question I have is this any different than what we've been doing?
No,
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 We always had a fourth person that can
Yes.
sign? Okay.
yeah.
and it's been Dave.
Okay.
we have to have 3 signatures, so if Carolyn's in Florida, then Dave can sign. Oh, really, that's what it amounts to.
So, and Dave's a good one to be that because he's always here. But-
Yes,
So-
yes,
Well, unless he
exactly.
goes unapproved.
If we approve this,
Yes.
if we don't approve it, then you can't go to Florida?
You have a question?
Yes,
Is Dave going to be named specifically on that?
yes, he is.
What happens down the road if he gets boosted,
Then it changes.
ladder truck runs?
We have to
over?
sign these cards all the time. Yeah,
Well,
we have to go in and every time we have a change, we all have to go in and sign new cards.
But what
yeah,
he's saying is, if Dave's not on the board anymore, then you're gonna have to
Right,
change
you
your
gotta
board.
change
You gotta change the
ordinance.
ordinance.
Yes.
you don't wanna put a name on a title.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh,
So just put in there, in my opinion, senior supervisor.
well, it doesn't even,
Because if you
Otherwise,
put
we
a
gotta
name
change
on
it.
the title.
Yeah,
every time
otherwise
you
I think
run,
we
you
should
gotta
just-
change.
cross that, cross.
Well,
the name out.
you could just put in supervisor, one of the supervisors. and-
Yeah, town
Because it's
supervisor.
only gonna be the one that goes in and gets the signature card.
Right,
Right, because I went a number of times.
And because it might be more, at some point in time, there might be some other person that's more
Yeah.
likely to be the one, maybe supervisor that
So-
works at the
Because anytime you put a name in an ordinance,
This should do, so we should just strike the name.
The bank is the one that wanted Dave. No,
That was my next question.
the bank stated it,
well,
but I can just leave the name
Well, but they
off.
stated it because his name was on the signature card.
Right, so we'll just strike the name,
That's like
because we
fine.
have town
Right.
So it
supervisors
should say
will
one,
be allowed.
one of the town supervisors will be
One of the
allowed.
3 authorized.
Signers are not available, town supervisor will be allowed,
Okay.
so
yeah.
just
Dave
strike
will
the
be
name.
struck. No,
What did you say, maybe hit by a bus or something?
no, I
No,
didn't.
he took the ladder truck.
Ladder truck, oh, okay. I think I watched myself there.
I got a
Okay,
lot of insurance.
okay, so let's take a vote. Any more questions?
Read the part about the bank again.
One authorized signer is allowed to transfer funds from one Town of McMillan account to another Town of McMillan account at Pioneer Bank.
Okay. So again, if you switch banks, you're gonna have to change this.
Well,
Yes. Correct.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Are we planning on switching banks?
No.
Probably
No.
not.
Well, then we'll probably just leave it the way it is then,
Yes.
so we have to worry about it.
After we get rid of Dave.
Yeah. We'll run him over with the fire truck and,
Okay, well, let's vote.
Yes, please. Debbie?
did we make a motion to accept?
Yes.
I think we need to revise
Well,
that.
maybe
for-
make an amended
There you go.
motion here, striking the name. Okay,
Who made the motion?
I think
Joe.
Joe did.
I'll make a motion that this ordinance be approved with the second paragraph stating, whereas town bills need to be paid in a timely manner, and if one of the three authorized signers is not available, one of the town supervisors will be allowed to be the third signer.
I'll second.
Okay, the motion has been made. Ordinance number 01-2015. Town supervisors. In paragraph 2, we will amend to, whereas town bills need to be paid in a timely manner, and if one of the three authorized signers are not available, one of the town supervisors will be allowed to be the third
Signer.
signer.
Excuse me, one more change in that paragraph.
Yes?
Grammatically, one of the three authorized signers is not available.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay, so
Here we
we-
go.
Well, I'm
That
sorry
could've
they
been
sent us
yours
an ordinance. Okay, we'll retype it and sign the corrected copy. Okay. Did we-
Ready to vote?
Yes, please.
Debbie?
Aye.
Dave?
I'm gonna abstain because my name was on there.
No, it's
Put
not.
it out.
It's not anymore.
I'll
Not
still
in-
abstain.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay, Carolyn?
yes. Aye.
Gary?
Aye.
Joe?
Aye.
Okay,
4 ayes.
okay, so we're gonna work on that one. Okay. One more. Approve appointment for Plan Commission. Did you happen to bring an oath with you? We did not. That's okay. We'll do it if we can.
Is that person here?
Yeah, that's fine. Well, Deb,
Yes.
do you,
Yeah.
Deb Davis. Yes. Would you like to stand up and introduce yourself? Deb Davis has, name has been forwarded to us from the Plan Commission and, for approval for an appointment as a new member for the Plan Commission.
I've lived in the town of McMillan since 2003. My in-laws were longtime residents of the town of McMillan, Marvin Davis. And I just would like to get involved and give back to the community that I'm living in.
Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So,
You want to stop by my office and I can give you the oath of office? Will that work?
sure,
Thank you.
Okay.
your office here, but
It's
the other
the garage
the
office.
other building. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, do we have a motion to approve? You want it Deb Davis or what is,
Deb is fine.
okay. To approve Deb Davis for the appointment for Plan Commission. We have a motion?
I'll move that we appoint Deb Davis to the Plan Commission for McMillan Township.
I'll second.
The motion has been made and seconded to approve Deb Davis for the appointment of a new Plan Commissioner. Any discussion? Any questions of Deb? Okay, we can take a vote.
Joe,
Aye.
Gary,
Aye.
Carolyn,
Aye.
Dave,
Aye.
Debbie,
Aye.
all ayes.
Okay, welcome aboard, Deb. Okay,
I do have one comment yet. I just wanted to let everybody know that I have heard nothing but good from Norm with his work in the office, and anything that I have asked for him, he's done a very good job. So I just wanted everybody to know that.
we,
A pat on the back.
we
once
all
in a while.
thank you.
Thank you.
We all thank you.
And he told me
Okay.
I had to mention it, so.
Yes.
I had a comment from an individual from outside the community that attended a graduation party or get-together at the pavilion. He thought it was a very nice facility and wish they had one in their municipality back there.
We got a lot of compliments on this park.
So,
Yes. Yeah.
okay.
Okay, do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.
All ayes, yes.
All ayes.
Hey, we're getting good, for less than an hour.
That's even recorded. It was working, Bruce, all the way through.
Excellent. Well, I knew it would work. I knew you'd get that thing mastered without too much trouble.
We even caught the board of review.
That's a good place to practice.
Did you get it?
Did I what?
Yes.
Very good.
Yeah,
Excellent.
all recorded.
Good job.
Yeah.
I got some numbers for it, but I'm gonna get a hold of Joe. I want him to take a look at that.